Hi, welcome to Marriage Connect. My name is Nyokabi Kamau and I'm excited to see that you're watching this video. Enjoy it, like it, share it if you feel that it has become a blessing to you. How do I love my wife is a question that I recently found myself trying to answer. And I thought it's a good place for us to address how do we love our spouses. Just to lay a little bit of a foundation. The first thing that we need to realize before we try to love our spouses is that our spouses are changing. Okay? They are not the same. They are not the same people that we married 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Because as life is evolving, so are they. As life is changing, so are they. So the things that seem to be very important to them back then may not be as important as it was today, because life is changing. The responsibilities are more serious and they are more demanding. And the minute a couple comes together in marriage, we have this thing in our minds that intimacy comes naturally, that being intimate with your spouse should come naturally, should just find you naturally, but that's not the case. Intimacy requires work. How do you do the work? You need to learn the person your spouse is becoming each and every day, because they are not the same. Children are changing them. In-laws are changing them. Friends are changing them. Spiritual growth is changing them. Physical changes is changing them. So everything around them is changing. Therefore, their heart, their mental state, their physical state is changing. And when these things are changing, the love language also changes. When you find yourself struggling to love your wife, what I feel that you should do is to take a back seat and learn the woman your wife has become. Learn the things that this person now finds to be more of value. And the argument that this gentleman made was that he has provided everything that this girl needs. He has put a roof over her head. He's built for her. He has bought her a nice car. The children are going to a nice school, but she still says, "You don't love me." More often than not, she'll say, "You don't love me." In an outburst of an argument, in the middle of something, she'll say that you don't love me. And in his mind, he's wondering, girl, I've given you everything I got. How else can I love you? But you see, neither of them is wrong. The gentleman is not wrong, and the lady is not wrong either. It's just that the language that the gentleman is using to speak love to his wife does not sound like love to the wife. And the language that the wife would prefer this gentleman to speak, she's not communicating it. She's not telling this man that I would feel more loved if you came home a bit earlier. I would feel more loved if you participated in the household chores. I would feel more loved if you spent a little more time with the children and allowed me a minute to rest. I would feel more loved if we got away from the house or the home responsibilities and the work responsibility and the church responsibility and just take a day or two, just the two of us, to just remember how it used to be before all these things came into being, yeah? I would feel more loved if you did A, B, C, D. Again, it takes a certain level of maturity for you to be able to listen and to hear the other person, because more often than not, the reason why men and women withhold from sharing what they would prefer or what they would feel is love is because the other person becomes defensive and starts feeling like they are being challenged, or like they are being told, "Oh, you don't do this for me, oh, you don't satisfy me here, oh." They start feeling like they are being accused. But if this person is mature, or the relationship is mature, let me use the word the relationship, not the person. If the relationship is mature, if the relationships have grown, then you should be at a place where you should be able to communicate your strengths and your fears to your spouse without the fear of how the other person will receive what you have said. It takes practice. It takes time. Nobody ever masters it. Because women, we can be a bit, we go with the way we are feeling at that particular moment. And also men have a state they get into that they become a bit difficult to deal with it. So it's not something that we can just learn and start doing. It's a learning process. It happens with time. It happens as you move along, as you grow older, as the relationship matures. So it's easy to love your husband. It is easy to love your wife. Understand them, learn them, pick out what they value, pick out what they hate, avoid what they hate, and do what they value and what they like. And the reason why I'm using the word value is because what you value, you love. So if I value my time with my husband, I really value that. I really value that. My time with my husband. Then I love doing that with him. And when he does that with me, it makes me feel loved. He does the same. He values his respect. Okay? So when he addresses something, I choose to hold back and let him finish. If he makes a decision about something, I let him finish with it. Because if I challenge it, then I come across as disrespectful. And when I come across as disrespectful, then the love thing walks out. Is it making sense? So it's about learning that person, because every person is unique. Every husband is unique. Every wife is unique. And you as a person, there's something you bring out in the person that you're married to. Okay? Yeah? Me in my relationship, there's something that I bring out in my husband. And my husband, there's something that he brings out in me. Okay? I was the most impatient person you could meet. I could not give you 5 minutes. If we agreed at 10, and I'm very punctual, if we agree at 10 I'll be there. If you're not there, utajipata peke yako. I will just walk away and leave you there. So what my husband brings into me is patience. And he does not impose it. He just makes me patient. I don't know how he does it. You know, he's never late. I don't know how he does it. But he brings out an aspect of patience, an aspect of calmness in me. I don't know how. But he does. That's something that he brings in my life. He brings an aspect of calmness. I'm very calm and composed when I'm facing. So in every marriage, there's something that you as a person, you bring out of your spouse, and they bring out of you. So when you begin to understand, when I'm with my husband, I'm like this. When I'm with my wife, I am like this. There are two things. They can be positive or negative. You can bring out negativity and you can bring out positivity. There's a person who you meet and they just make you angry. You start, you know, kawaya kanashika. And there's somebody who you meet and they just make you calm. You start smiling and you're okay because they bring out something in you. So in order to express love to the person that you love and to your spouse, you need to sit back and learn your spouse. Take a minute and just begin to know this person that they have become. This mother they have become. This wife they have become. This business person they have become. And the more you understand them, the easier it becomes to love them. And the more you understand them, the more you become familiar with the love language, and the easier it becomes to speak the right love language towards your spouse. It is unique. It is not general. It is unique. It is about touching their heart, reaching to the deepest of their heart and touching it. And being right, being at the right place, you know. You can buy a careless gift. For instance, if you buy me very high heels, like 6 inches, that would be a very careless gift, because now what am I supposed to do with the 6-inch shoe? Yeah? But if you buy my younger sister a 6-inch shoe, you're good, because again, she knows what to do. It's the same thing about love. So if you understand the person that you're loving, you're able to give them the right kind of love. You're able to speak the right language that they can understand and they can relate with. But if you don't understand them and you don't know them, you're probably going to get them the wrong language and you will end up being in trouble. Or you don't love me and you love me and that and that. This is Marriage Connect. I am excited that you are watching this video. Kindly share it with somebody who you know is struggling with love, and let me know what you think. Keep them questions coming. I'll try to answer them more often. Right. I'm out. Bye-bye.